Yo, what's good? Main side quest here, and talking about Ethereal Restart. And this game is actually pretty good. Not expecting a lot from this game, and actually it's well delivered. Definitely. Like, it looks good, it looks graphically good, and the gameplay is actually pretty decent. The game is heavily influenced as a PvP game, because it has 3 different PvP sections, which is the CPU one, CPU one, 2 CPU ones, and a player versus player one, real-time PvP. And it's actually pretty interesting because you have you know, in most games you would have ranks and all that stuff, but what this game does better than probably even games like Epic 7 would be like, I feel like there's not really, you can build your characters any way you would. Actually, yeah, you can build your characters any way you want to, not really a specific way, or else they won't actually do well in a fight. But in this, obviously, there's like you can't build them every character with with healing, because they can't use healing. But there's most of them is like there's speed, there's attack, there's defense, there's armor, and you can actually use them on most of your characters, which is pretty cool. It's pretty flexible, and that's what I really like about this game. The PvP aspect of things, it seems it's pretty doable. Like, you won't always see someone's like OP, but like that's because I'm in the lower ranks. I won't see like people using all the metas, just using characters that they like. And one thing I've noticed is that 4-stars are actually good in this game. Like, I know I'm only using 1 4-star on my team, and that's to grow up blue hair. But okay, I've been silenced. But I'm only using 1 character, and that's to grow up blue hair. But she is really good. Like, definitely one of my favorite characters to use. And then you got Tiamat, the girl who had the spear, who turned into a literal dragon, I guess. But yeah, that's how the arena PvP is. But I haven't really done the real-time one because I haven't really got around to it. It was open before, but I never did it because I was still at the start of the game. But this year is the sweep I've just done. I left running before, and it gave me quite a bit of stuff. But yeah, it's similar to Epic 7, where you can just start a hunt or something, and then like you just allow it to run in the background, which is pretty cool. But nonetheless, you got your shell drop, and that's more or less, could say, your W engine, like in Zenless. That's what I would say it's similar to, because these things really amount to high performance for your characters. Depending on the ones you choose will dictate really how strong your character is going to be. Like, if I was to go into one of my characters, like her, I given her like the shell, and the damage this guy gives me, or even he does himself, like 2,000 damage, and deals 50% of it, well, 50% plus of 2,000 damage, which is pretty good. And if I upgraded him now, if I graded him more, he would probably do a lot more damage. But that's just me speculating. But if I increase him, and my character also, well, I've already increased him, but yeah, my character will also deal more damage. And this onslaught thing at the below, what you're seeing here, it's connected to your modules, and it gives you a matrix effect. and depending on your matrix effect, it'll give you an activated gain, which Onslaught gives me is 45% attack. If I was to use Unbreakable, it gives me 45% defense, and this is a defense build right here. And I've got her with a speed build and got Swift Rush and a bit of healing because of my shell I've given her. But yeah, that's why I say that these guys are more or less your weapons. You can't roll for them though. You actually have to grind for them, which I love. I don't like having to grind for weapons like in Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star Rail for their what do you even call that thing? I'll just call it a craft distance like in Fate Grand Order. But yeah, I don't like grinding for it. It's just very annoying. Like I love Wuthering Waves, but I don't rolling for weapons. It's just so annoying. So I prefer the MMORPG type of style, grinding for weapons. Anyway, you can start upgrade your units just like in most gacha games. You get them to 5-star just in Epic 7 using these cards, and they go back to level 1, but they keep their stats, which is a really interesting thing I haven't seen. And you can even craft the items you need to upgrade them, which I need to see in more games, not just grinding them individually, which is pretty annoying to do. But yeah, I can just craft it and then I can just get her to 4-star. Oh, 5-star I meant to say. I already did this for her. That's why she's this level. I can just give her these upgrades real quick, and she'll be doing a lot more damage than she was before. So, well, I want her to have a lot of HP. I want her to be my tank for real. So, anyway, besides that, the game is very solid. Like, I would definitely recommend it. But right now, it's in its this is its final test. So your data will be wiped. This is just a paid test, I guess you could say. You pay for stuff, and then they'll reward you for paying for stuff on release. I paid for just a £1 thing just to get the perks it was giving me at that time. I actually forgot what it was, but it was actually pretty interesting. I think it was for one of the characters, but anyway, to summoning. Summoning is an interesting thing here as well, where the probabilities are very different, but they're like in Punishing Grey Raven, where if you hit the SSR point, it's 100% chance you will get the character who is on the banner. But this is for limited summon. So you just have to wait for your character to be there, and you're technically guaranteed to get them, which is really interesting. So actually, getting multiple of them is actually going to be pretty easy. Well, not really easy, but easier. Anyway, this, I have no idea what this is. To be fair, I have no idea what this is. It uses a different rolling material, but this is an older character. But it uses a different rolling material. I don't understand what exactly this is, but it does the same things. But I have no idea what this actually means, or what, because all I know is I know it's similar to Punishing Grey Raven's Uniframe and Omniframe. You know the way if there's any PGR fans where you can get a Uniframe, which is like they can't really play the story, but they're used for other stuff. I'm not too sure. I'm not really all that in depth with PGR, but yeah, they can do other stuff within the game, but you can't really use them for story because they do weaker damage. Anyway, this is the permanent summon. This is like any other gacha game. You roll, you can get any 5-star in the list. It doesn't matter who, it's random. Depends who it is, but yeah, obviously you need to hit the 1% point. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what rolling's like and what we're gonna get. 4-star. Too bad. No 5-star this time. And yeah, it just shows them like this. If it's a 5-star, they actually have a 2D animation, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I got dinner. But yeah, it's just basic summoning animation, nothing too crazy. It looks decent enough. Decent enough. You got your extra affinity summon. I don't understand what this is either. It's okay. This is the thing. This is the thing. You know the other cards that were over here? They are not here, and they're called extra affinity animus. So I don't really understand what you actually do here. Doesn't really make sense to me what this actually is, because you can get these characters who you can't get over here, or yeah, you can't get them over here, yet they show them, they show him and her, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, the game actually looks pretty good. It's like you got the arena aspects, you got the farming relics or modules in this game aspects, you got characters that actually look nice. It seems they feel like they actually care about what they're trying to do with this game. They're going through the right direction, or they're even making their own path when it comes to gacha games. So big props to them. Really interesting game. I definitely heavily recommend it, because even right now there's events going on. This is the paid stuff. You got her here. I don't know where you actually do the festive stuff, but this is there. But yeah, you got your blessing galore, which is the 2x XP. What's going on right now? You got this event for, I don't know if you get a free character. You don't get a free character. It's just for, yeah, it's just for more rolling currency. You got the tournament, what's actually going on, what's going to go on eventually, which is the EWS, that they have their own like tournament set up, which is pretty cool. So they're clearly heavily invested in their own game, which is pretty cool, which is pretty good, which most games should be, but unfortunately they aren't sometimes. You got the free 5-star that you can get on the 7th day. I need to catch up already and do this so I can get her, because she's a really good healer. You got the growth boost. Once you get to level 30, you get a skin, and you get your 100 diamonds, which is good. You got your lethal assault. This is depending on the story, so depending on the story you can get to these points, and then you can get your 100 diamonds. Your threshold is for getting your modules. Let me go into that right now. Get into your modules, and you see these. Right now the event's going on, so you can get this to play some music and stuff. You got your Doki Doki, which is for other equipment. It goes down to Aurora. I haven't reached it yet, but it gives you a different module. And I'm just trying to go through all this now. And you got threshold done. You got investigation that gives you XP, depending on how far you're on the story. And it's 2x right now, so if y'all want to just try it out to see what the PvP is like, you can just grind off there, and then boom, you got what you get. And you got your talent. This is for your talents, just like in Wuthering Waves. You got your talent points, and then your talent resources that you can use. So this is where you grind it. And yeah, further down there are just events that you can do to pass by time and stuff. Like, these are just pretty interesting events. Just you fight bosses in co-op. Like, yeah, there's a co-op event. This one is just, I actually don't know. I did one of them. I have no idea what it was all about, but y'all can find out by yourselves. And you got your shell drop, which is for giving you those pets I was talking about that are like W engines and stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it, except for unions, if you want to join one. And I think they have their own Discord set up and stuff. But yeah, I think this game's pretty good, and I want to hear what y'all think of it as well. So that's all I wanted to talk about, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.